What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be about maintenance and all that sort of stuff. But first, I want to say that if I'm shouting into the microphone, forgive me because I can't exactly hear out of my left ear. I was at the Yellow Card concert last night, which was really good. They had Yellow Card played, the Wonder Years, We're, the In Crowd, and the Sandlot Heroes played. If you know any of them, I don't know, but that was in Vegas, and it was really loud, and my left ear is like at like 25%, so I can't exactly hear if I'm shouting or not, I don't know. But yeah, so today's video I want to talk about maintenance on your tanks, and not like super in detail, but just general stuff, and I want to get your opinions on it. So in the multi-tank, which is pretty heavily stocked with a bunch of fry, I usually do at least 25% a week. Sometimes I do slack, though. I'm sure everybody does. I really doubt anybody can keep a 25% every single week. I'm sure some of you can, but for me, being like a high school student and stuff like that, it's sometimes difficult to have 25% every week. So I try to do 25% a week in this tank specifically. And then when I do the water changes, some people gravel vacuum, or I guess sand vacuum since I don't have gravel. I just go in with a siphon, just plain siphon hose. I suck up any debris I see. I stir up the sand a little bit. Not that the fish don't already do that for me. I usually suck some stuff off the rocks, and I clean out the filter grill as well, because that sometimes inhibits the flow and stuff like that. And then I clean the glass. I try and do it like 2 times a week at least. It depends though sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, like nothing builds up on it at all, so I don't clean it until I need to. And sometimes it does. So that's kind of a whenever it's needed thing. And then the filter, I personally don't clean the filter as often as I should probably. Like I don't replace the pads pretty much ever in this tank, and most of the other ones I don't. What I'll do is I'll take the pad out occasionally and squeeze it off in tank water and make sure there's nothing in there. And then like once a year or so I'll take the whole filter out and I'll like clean the insides out, but not with tank water obviously, to preserve the bacteria. But even then you still do lose some, but that's just, it's probably better than having a dirty filter, in my opinion. And then, so yeah, with this tank, that's pretty much all I do. I usually try and keep my tanks pretty low maintenance, to be honest. I don't have tanks that require a lot of work, like each week and stuff. So, which I enjoy. I like to have fish as a hobby and not a chore. That's like my main thing. So, as long as it's something fun to do, then I know I'm doing something right. So that's the 10-gallon. And the 5, my planted tanks, I don't really do much at all with. This tank I have been slacking a lot in the filter, although I did just clean it like last week. But with this little Tom filter in the back left corner, I don't know if you can see it, but it just has a little sponge in there, and you just squeeze it out. It's very easy, and then the spray bar easily gets clogged in this as well. So you just clean the sponge out and clean the spray bar, and you're good to go with the filter. Water changes, I do sometimes 25% a week. Sometimes I do 25 every other, because the plants really do take out a lot of nitrates. Whenever the nitrates build up, I'll do a water change in this. So I base it off the plant growth, because I really don't want to pull nitrates out of the water that could be used by the plants. So that's the maintenance in this tank, really low maintenance. And as far as like sucking anything out of the gravel or substrate, I don't. I let the plants take care of all that because it's really good for them. So this is a pretty maintenance-free tank, to be honest. Not much goes on in here as far as weekly maintenance. Just, occasional water change, and that's pretty much it with this. And then I'll go back to the 10 to talk about the 36, which that tank I'll do 25 a week, and I have 2 filters on that. So what I do with the 2 filters is, and I really recommend getting 2 filters if you have a larger tank, guys, or any tank, I guess. I just like having 2 filters because you can technically replace the whole pad on one filter and still have your other filter with fresh media and stuff, and then it'll reseed the other one. But I actually have the Aquarium filters in all my tanks except the 5, and they have, I guess they have like a bacteria grid or something, which is supposed to hold bacteria, and I'm sure it does, but I'm sure the sponge also has a lot, so technically I'm not replacing all of the media if I take out the sponge. I'm sure there's still some left on the little grill thing, but so I do feel safer if I remove remove the whole sponge and replace it on the Aquarium. So that's another recommendation. So I enjoy those filters a lot. And then I guess you could mention plants in a tank. I have bamboo and pothos in this tank, and I mean, it's just like overtaking the filter. I could probably not even use a sponge, and the roots would literally just like pick out all this stuff because there's so many roots in this filter. I can't even take the plants out. Like, they just hold in there. They're stuck to everything, so they back it up as well, so it's kind of overflowing, but might be a good idea to trim all that down soon. But oh wow, that escalated a little quickly. I didn't think this would be 6 minutes long. So yeah, there's I wanted what began as a short video on filter maintenance now is a long one. So I just want to know your opinions on what you guys do with your tanks, and any suggestions, tips, things you found helpful in your career of fish keeping would be nice to know, and good to know for anyone else watching the video. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Later.